All right, I am back with another video, and today I want to talk about a scam that I've actually talked about before on this channel, but I'm going to talk about it again today because it's very important and it keeps happening today with increased sophistication. And what I'm talking about here is the bank impersonation scams. And my bank is not immune for it, the bank that I work at. And basically what happens is that you might receive a phone call that looks like it is from your bank. It'll say your bank on the caller ID, and it may look exactly like the same main customer service number that you would find on their website or online in general. And so you might think, hey, I better answer this. It might be important. But you answer it, and whoever is on the other line might say that there is a major problem with your account and we need to take these steps in order to solve it. The problem is the person you're talking to on the other end of the phone is not your actual bank, it is scammers. And how they're able to do this is basically with the type of technology that's out there today, as well as with the use of AI. And so we're going to be taking a look at a video clip here from Fox News 23 out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, where a bank impersonation scam hit this Oklahoma couple and they lost nearly $40,000. And I'll make some comments along the way as we take a closer look at this. So let me bring that up here.
Now, important information about a trick scammers are using to try to wipe out your bank account.
Tulsa's investigative reporter Janet Clark talked to a couple from Muldrow who say they thought they were getting help, but instead they were getting scammed. It's Janet's Fox 23 investigation.
It all started with a phone call.
Your wife got the call.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone called Charles Doyle's wife and said he worked for their bank, Wells Fargo, in the fraud department.
What made you think the person was really with Wells Fargo?
They came up on the phone, the caller ID, as Wells Fargo. It was the exact same number that if I was to dial Wells Fargo, it came up exactly like that.
When you get this call, what does this person say?
That we had been a victim of a hack. And
Now listen to that. The caller on the other end of the line said that they've been a victim of a hack. This is exactly what they want you to do. They want you to feel like, oh no, something is wrong. I've got to take this seriously. It is my bank. I've got to get this fixed. That's what the scammers are counting on. They want you to feel emotion. They don't want you to think. They want you to believe that it really is the bank. And these are the actions that you're going to have to now take in order to protect your account and lose all your money. But the problem is, these scammers are going to make you do things that they say is for your protection, but you're going to end up losing money. And in this case, this is what happened to this married couple, and you'll see more of that in this video.
that he was there to help us repair the damage that was done. And it all sounded very legitimate.
But the person on the phone wasn't who he claimed to be.
It wasn't a Wells Fargo employee, it was a hacker.
Did he already have information about you?
Yes, ma'am. He had our driver's license numbers, our social security numbers, our address, our account numbers, all of it.
If he already had your account numbers and all that, why did he need you?
When you do a transaction, they will do a confirmation text to you.
You mean the code they send to your phone?
Yes, ma'am. He was doing the hack as he was talking to us.
That's very important here. Now, you might be asking yourself, how did they get all the information like that? There are ways, unfortunately, that could happen. They could get a bank statement. They could get a paper copy of your bank statement. They could have hacked into a system or something where you had to send your bank statement, like a mortgage company or something. They could have gotten that information in some kind of way, use that in this instance to make it look like they're your bank and say, okay, you need to do these things in order to protect your account because your account's been hacked. And so in this instance, in order to fully complete these transactions on their end, they need your confirmation. And so they send that text You read them back that number, they get those transactions done, and your money is gone. It's very scary how they're able to do this today, but I'll go over some tips and things that you can use in order to hopefully prevent something like this from happening to you or your loved ones.
Charles says his wife talked to the person they thought was a Wells Fargo employee for hours.
She was on the phone all day with him for several days.
This went on for several days.
Yes, ma'am.
Please hold while I transfer you.
He says they sat on hold for long periods of time.
Yeah, with Wells Fargo music in the background.
Welcome to Wells Fargo Claims Assistance Center.
And sometimes the person would text. Here are some of the text messages the person sent. This whole time as this was going on, you thought they were trying to fix your problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
But in all reality, they were hosing you.
Yes, ma'am. They were also transferring money back and forth between my account and her account, and then taking the money from her account and buying Bitcoin with it.
And so at what point did you realize this person is not helping me? This person is hurting us.
He said that he was going to call back on Monday, and then Monday came around and he didn't call right away. So we called the same number that he had been calling from, and we got the actual Wells Fargo.
Notice what he said, that they were supposed to call back on Monday. They didn't immediately, so he called the number that they used, which mimics the real number of Wells Fargo, and he actually got Wells Fargo. And so when he told this person on the other line what was going on, they said, whoa, wait a minute. No. We did not do that. We didn't do anything like that. That's when he realized, oh my gosh, who I've been talking to was not Wells Fargo at all. And that's a scary thing. I mean, especially when you hear that, you're like, oh my gosh, who did I talk to? What did I give permission to? What is going on? You have this horrible, nasty knot in your stomach. Like, oh gosh, now something truly is wrong. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's continue on.
The actual Wells Fargo people were saying, no, we didn't do this. This wasn't us. This is a hack.
Charles says that's when he and his wife found out all the money in all 4 of their checking and savings accounts was gone. The scammer wiped them out.
They drained everything, every last dollar we had.
And the hacker maxed out 2 credit cards with cash advances.
The most irritating thing is they bought $240 worth of pizza.
The hacker stole a total of $39,000.
We're both disabled. We don't have any income other than I'm a disabled veteran. I was in the Marine Corps.
Charles says he served from 1990 to 2005.
And so I've got that, my Social Security, and my wife, she has Social Security. So that's all our income.
This is what hurts me so much right here. These people work hard for their money. And they get a limited amount of benefits here. In this case, Social Security. They worked hard to amass the amount of money that they had. And in a matter of seconds, or in case days like this, that money is gone. And their lives are ruined because of these scammers. This is modern day robbery. This is how money is stolen. And you can see it's much easier to do it this way than to do a traditional bank robbery. Not to say bank robberies still don't happen, but this is far easier to scammers than doing the traditional bank robberies or things like that, or holding up people with a weapon and stealing their wallet and stuff like that. Because they can hide behind a computer screen thousands of miles away and do damage so far away that they can be out of the scope of the town's jurisdiction of law enforcement, basically. And it'll take a long time to investigate, if ever, and by that time your money is completely gone and very unlikely of ever being recovered. Not to say that in all cases it won't happen, but the longer it goes, or before it's reported, the harder it's going to be to get your money back. And that's why I do these videos, because I want people to know these type of scams happen to everyday people like myself, like to you, like to your family members, to your friends, your coworkers, your people in your immediate area or your circle. It happens every single day, and I'm on the front lines of this type of thing that's going on at the bank, and I see it in my town. I've seen people affected by scams. I've seen attempted scams from some of my other customers, and I've even seen scammers try to take money from the bank, trying to get them themselves, trying to gain access to customers' accounts, and that's why we have protocols to try and prevent that from happening. Yeah, it may seem like it's annoying, like especially if we ask for your ID or we ask for a security question or that we don't give you your account number all over the phone, because there are constantly bad actors trying to access your information to steal your money. That's why a lot of banks have these procedures. It's not to hurt you, it's to try and protect you. And that's what I'm doing these videos for, is to try and get as much of this information out there to protect people. Because again, like I said, I'm on the front lines out there in the financial world, and I see this very often. Let's continue on.
And so we were completely wiped out by this. We have no savings left. We have no safety net.
Did Wells Fargo lead you to believe that other people had been hacked like
Yes,
you?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And when you found out that you had been tricked, what did you think about that?
I was angry. I was very disappointed in humanity. That's that's the best way I can put it.
Charles says when he and his wife told Wells Fargo what happened, they thought they would get their money back. What did they tell you they would do?
If that everything was in order, that they would reimburse our money, that they would make everything right.
That person obviously stole your money, but Wells Fargo said they would make it right.
Yes, ma'am, because it was reported in a timely manner.
Now, this is very important. He said this was reported in a timely manner. If you realize that you've become a victim of a scam, you need to contact your bank immediately. Whether it's contacting your local branch's phone number or actually going to the branch itself, do it as quickly as possible and let them know exactly what's happened. The sooner you do that, the easier it's going to be to get your money back, or even to prevent this from happening. I have had an instance where something like this happened to a customer at the bank branch that I work at. I had them call in and they told me specifically, it's like, hey, I believe I gave all my account information to a scammer. I know I gave him my account number, my routing number, and my online banking information. And because he told me that right after he got off the phone with the scammer, I was able to put major alerts on his account, which got the attention of another department in my bank's back office that said, actually called me and said, hey, did you put this alert on your account? Yes. The customer called me and said they gave information, their important and sensitive account information to a scammer. And so our digital department said, hey, thank you for that. We are disabling completely their online banking because we noticed a lot of attempts to try to get in to their online banking. And because of that, and because I told them to come to the local branch so my manager could help them, which is where she closed their accounts and opened brand new ones within the bank. Now, this is important. Some scammers will say, oh, well, you need to close your account and take the money out of the bank and go somewhere else and go here. Your bank will not do that. They will simply close the account and keep the money there. They will just open a brand new account. So do not fall for what someone says, saying, oh, well, you need to take your money completely out of the bank because your account's completely screwed. The bank can't help you. That is a lie. They don't want to lose your money. They want to keep it safe there. They can just open a brand new account. And because this customer acted within a timely manner, we were able to save their account and prevent any loss of money. Very important here. Let's continue on.
Originally, they said that our claim would be handled in 5 to 7 days, and then that period passed.
Charles says then Wells Fargo told them it would take another 5 to 7 days.
And that time has passed now too. And so we're just waiting to hopefully have Wells Fargo do the right thing.
I reached out to Wells Fargo, and all they would say right now is they're investigating this. Are you losing hope at this point?
I have hope in Wells Fargo. I've been a customer for 20 years. I don't know why it's taking so long.
Are you starting to get nervous?
Yes. That was everything. That was everything we had.
Why is it important to you to talk to me?
I'm hoping that you could shed some light on this so that it might not happen to other people, and maybe someone from Wells Fargo will see this and hopefully do the right thing in a timely manner.
Covering news that matters. Jana Clark, Fox 23 News.
Now, I want to add on to this, and I did tell you too that I would give you some information, helpful information, to try and prevent this. If you were ever able to get, or if you're ever, um, sorry, if you ever get a call that claims to be from your bank, and you suspect it's a scam. So basically, what I would do is I would just either ignore the call or hang up. Don't answer it further. If you have the local number of your branch, because I will tell you, scammers will generally try and use the main customer service number, could be a 1-800 number of your bank, and make it look like it is your bank. If you have the local number of your branch, use that number and call that number. Or if you feel that it's been spoofed, go to your local branch and go there in person. What will more than likely happen if you do those things is that they'll say, hey, there is nothing wrong with your account. Whoever you're talking to is not us. Please do not answer any of those calls any further. Don't respond to their texts. Don't do anything like that. That's what you want to do. If you suspect that the phone call you receive that claims to be from your bank is fraudulent, those are the steps to take, so that way you don't engage with the scammers and they won't do like what they did to this married couple here in Oklahoma. Very sad thing that they lost this money. Hopefully Wells Fargo does the right thing here after investigation and is able to get their money back, because that's a very heartbreaking thing to happen. Post in the comments below if you know someone that this has happened to. I will also have a link to this video in the description, so that if you want to take a look at it for yourself or read about it, you can do that. But again, post some comments below. Let me know if this has happened to you or someone you love or someone you work with. Have they ever been a victim of a bank impersonation scam? I will definitely be back again soon with another video, so definitely check back.